Hey everyone, Eric here with a review on the Apeman 4K action camera. I have a lot of comparison video compared to the GoPro Hero 4. I'll show you some shots side by side in a lot of different situations. I'll also show you how this thing performs in the air and underwater. What I did, I attached it to a GoPro, so you can guys, if you're planning on using it in the air, or if you just want some extra shots, and you don't want to pay the few $100s for a GoPro, this could be a good alternative for you. And I know the most important thing you guys care about is the quality of the footage and how it compares to the GoPro. So I have a ton of different clips I can show you. And then also at the very end, I'm going to go more in depth into what comes with this camera. And if you guys want to fast forward to any part in particular, you can go to these times right here. And if you guys do like this one, I included a link in the description down below where you can get it for the best price. GoPro cameras allow both amateur and professional videographers to get some awesome shots that were previously only seen in high-end production. GoPro cameras are no doubt some of the best action cameras out there, but if you're looking for a less expensive alternative to the GoPro, then you'll want to consider this one. The Apeman 4K action camera packs in an impressive list of features and accessories, all for under $100. None of the footage has been altered. I have noticed the Apeman action camera adding more saturation and exposure, which in a lot of shots actually looks pretty good, especially in low light settings. But you will notice the shot with the alligator being overexposed because of the high contrast of bright and dark in the same scene. If you're not into editing your footage in post-production, like in After Effects or Premiere, then this could be a good thing for you. The body of the camera has some extra texture, but it's still a little slippery and not as nice as the GoPro's rubbery skin. The GoPro's battery did last only a few minutes longer. I was expecting the battery on the Apeman to be pretty short and nowhere near as good as the GoPro's battery, but I was really surprised to seeing it lasting almost an hour of constant starting and stopping. The underwater case feels very high quality. It feels nice and sturdy. Now, I will be putting it to the test in an upcoming video when I go freediving with it, but so far I did test it in the pool down to 13 feet with absolutely no leaks. Okay, I'm going to quickly go over some of the functions of this camera. There are a whole lot of functions, so I can't go into everything in depth, but I will include all the details in the description down below. So let's go ahead and hold the power button on for a couple seconds. Now, one thing about this camera versus the GoPro is it says please insert SD card. There already is one in there. Now, the reason why it's saying that is because I've been using this SD card, or this micro SD card, for another camera. So what you'll want to do to get this to work every time is to have a dedicated micro SD card for this camera. And just make sure, if it's still saying this, just go ahead and format it in the camera, and I'll show you how to do that. That's one of the functions I'll go over. So I'm going to press the front button. It's going to switch to video mode, over to camera mode, press it again, that's playback mode, and the fourth time is where I can go ahead and do all the settings. So let's go ahead and see. So we got the resolution, you have your ultra high definition, which I believe that's a 2K, or no, I'm sorry, that's the 4K. And then you have QHD, which is 2K. It's basically twice the resolution of, or double the resolution of the 1080p. And then full HD, FHD, that is the 1080. Then you have, you know, and so on. You have 720p, which is 120 frames per second. That's your high-speed recording, and so on. Okay, so let's go down loop recording. So if you guys do want to use this as a dash cam for your car, you can, and it'll just constantly erase the old footage and replace it with new stuff. Gyroscope, WDH, I'm not really sure what that is. Time-lapse recording, motion detection. Let's see, date stamps. So I always turn that off. I think that's kind of annoying. The cool thing about this camera, you can adjust the angle, so how wide you want it. The GoPro has basically a wide, medium, and a narrow. And then you have diving mode, which I'm going to test this out, and I'll go ahead and put a link when I do go diving in the description down below. But what this does is it just adds a bit of a red tint to the footage. Now, you can always do this in post-production, but you know, when you go diving underwater, there's a lot of blue, and to counteract all that blue, it just adds a bit of a red tint. Night scene, which you don't really need too much with this camera, because if you know, looking at the shots, you can just tell that this camera puts a lot of brightness control, more so than the GoPro. Self timer, so if you want to take pictures of yourself. Image size, you can go up to 20 megapixels. Let's see, burst mode, quality, you want to set that to fine. And sharpness, let's go ahead, well, normal is fine. You can always do the sharpness in post-production. White balance, color, ISO, quite a bit. You know, the anti-shaking, I didn't really notice it helping that much. You can delete, protect, you can hook this up to Wi-Fi. I always prefer just taking it out and hooking up directly to my computer. You can set the date and time, auto on and off, beep. Let's see what else is important. The format is coming up here soon. Okay, so format. This is what you want to select if you do, you know, if you're having that problem where it says no SD card inserted, or if you're having any kind of problems with your SD card. Frequency, and that's pretty much it. So quite a few. You have 10 different windows. Each window has 4 different settings. Okay, well, now let's go quickly over all the accessories. So I'm just going to put the camera aside. You got your manual here, which lays out pretty nicely what all the functions on the camera do. You have some Velcro straps. Let's see. You have your double stick tape, and then your microfiber, or your lens cloth. You have this metal cable, probably for attaching it if you're going to be bike riding it, and you know, if this thing falls off, it's not going to go tumbling to the ground and get lost. You have some zip ties in here, and then your micro USB to USB for charging. You have some different clips in here with some double stick tape, and you have your standard screw. So if you guys do have you know, like a tripod or existing mounts, this is a universal mount. It's not like a special screw size, which is nice. And then you have this this housing, which your camera can fit in here, and then you have that standard screw and one on top, which is nice. You have this extra clip you can buckle into one of the different accessories over here, and then this part would just go, you can just screw it out and replace it with that. Like a handlebar mount, an extra backing, so if you do break that, let's see, just extra pieces. I'm not really sure what you would use these for, but you know, you do have those as options. You have this clip right here. This one, which is really, I find handy if you do have the selfie stick like this, and you know, so if you do want to take your selfies, or what I use it for mostly is for swimming underwater. You know, put this on your stick, and then you can attach this to your underwater case. So that way, when you're swimming, you can, you know, you're not holding the camera like this. You're holding like this, which is going to keep it a little bit more stable. And then you can also extend it. Now this doesn't come with the kit. This was bought separately. And then what's really nice is they do give you 2 batteries. I don't think GoPro does that. And then last, we have this little thing. Not really sure what that does. So that is the kit. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did find the video helpful, I always appreciate those thumbs up. It really does help me out. If you guys do want to pick one of these up, I included a link in the description down below. Thank you and have a great day. Bye, guys. Okay, let's test the audio real quick. I'll start out with the Apeman. I'll go ahead and read a little bit of Dream Without a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. Okay, now let's go over to the GoPro. Okay, and now we have the GoPro, same passage. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. And there's your audio comparison.